Microphone check 1 2 1 2. This is your host, not son, baby, and this is another episode of Swingers After Dark. You know the police are shutting down swing clubs all across the United States of America, from NY to LA all the way to the Bay. That's San Francisco and Oakland for all you out of towners. You dig? And it's crazy because the police are treating swing clubs like speakeasies during the prohibition. You dig? But instead of alcohol that they gotta shut down, it's sex. You dig? It's like the police are shutting swing clubs down like it's the trap house or the dope spot, because we all know that sex is just addictive as drugs. You feel me? But it's crazy because, I understand that, we gotta do our due diligence to be safe during this pandemic because, COVID-19 is going crazy because we don't know how we could get it, and we don't know, which type of immune system that it affects, because you could be around something, or you could be around somebody rather who has COVID, who has the Rona, but you won't contract it. You feel me? But other people could contract it. Like they could be around a lot of people and they contract it, but you probably won't contract it. So it's like almost the roll of the dice. You feel me? And I added 2 clips. I added 2 news clips of, police officers, law enforcement, them boys in blue shutting down swing clubs. Yes, 5-0, one time. The cops, they shutting down swing clubs. And it's crazy. Like the propaganda is real. Like the news reporting is hilarious. It's funny because it's like the way it's fucked up because I'm in the lifestyle, but it's crazy how the news report swinging as if like the people who are part of the lifestyle are savages. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen to it. It's like, listen to how they narrate the package, the news clippings. Like, look what they say, certain slick shit that they say. And I ain't gonna lie, it was funny. It was hilarious. You feel me? But, all jokes aside, it's crazy because, I get it that if you run a swing club, you got to abide by the law of the land. You feel me? Especially when you're in a metropolitan city and, you're not supposed to be open for business. Your establishment should practice safe precaution. So I get it. But at the same time, the police are shutting down house parties. Real talk. They be like, you got more than 5 people. We gonna shut this bitch down. And it's crazy. You can't even have a private turn up in the privacy of your own home. But people are still saying, fuck that. And they still throwing private kickbacks. So it's like you got to do your shit on the low. It's like you got to party on the low, except down south. Like Southerners, they don't give a fuck. It's like, what the hell? We're not in a pandemic. What is quarantine? Like I don't even think they're going through a quarantine down south. You feel me? But in cities like Chicago, LA, and New York, they don't play. It's like we shutting shit down. You feel me? But without further ado, I just wanted to talk my shit before, I rolled the clips because they're hilarious, even though it's biased as hell and the propaganda is wild. The way they describe the swingers and the scene and all that shit, it is what it is. And on that note, enjoy.
Police busted illegal parties caught in violation of coronavirus restrictions this weekend in Midtown. Investigators shut down a party on West 36th Street around 2 a.m. Police say more than 120 people were inside that party space. In addition to crowd concerns, police say the organizers served alcohol without a liquor license. Investigators charge the 5 people who organized that party. Meanwhile, in Queens, police broke up a private swingers party. That's how they described it. It was being held in a yellow zone. Officers were called to Club Caligula on 20th Avenue in Astoria shortly after midnight. At least 80 people were inside the club when police showed up. The gatherings in yellow zones, which include Astoria, are capped at 25 people. 2 organizers and a patron now face misdemeanor charges.
11 News at 10. It was advertised as a swingers party, but they were swapping more than just spouses. Fox 11 Investigates has been showing us LA County Sheriff's Departments breaking up super spreader parties, but we didn't see this twist coming. Good evening. I'm Alex Michelson.
And I'm Marla Tejas here for Christine Devine. An adults-only super spreader event at Lascaux tonight shows how it all went down.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the party is over. If you do not come down, you will be subject to arrest.
The party is over, and what a party this one turned out to be. Women dressed to thrill, some dressed with long fake eyelashes, some with their designer face mask, and others hardly dressed at all.
What is happening right now?
You're being detained. Every single one of you that's at this illegal party.
Not just an illegal party during the pandemic, but a swingers party as it's advertised online here at plushlife.org. The raid even catches some right in the act, looking out the window as the LA County Sheriff's Department's elite super spreader task force moves in and shuts this one down.
Once we confirmed that people were at this location, we responded and detained probably close to 200 people.
Citations written up by the dozens and handed out to a much different looking crowd than the other super spreader parties Fox 11 News has been reporting on. No teenagers in t-shirts. Here it's middle-aged men in suit coats, women in fur coats, and heels so high they can barely walk. All of this at a warehouse on 61st Street in South Central LA. Up on the third floor, you are now walking into this warehouse turned swingers club. Beds with condoms and towels laid out, ready to use. There are even cages and dance poles. No wonder some not too happy their fun ends sooner than they had hoped.
I'm not going in front of a truck that just started.
Let's just go.
They are all going, forced to leave a swingers party that turns into a super spreader.
Put your mask on, please.
And during a pandemic, this sheriff's task force warns it will target and shut down any illegal party.
LA County Sheriff's Department was out tonight to enforce a public health order, and we will continue to do so.
The party is over. You need to come downstairs with your hands up. If you do not, you will be subject to arrest.
That is something definitely you do not want to hear if you're at one of these underground parties. The sheriff on the loudspeaker saying, "You are busted." A couple hundred citations handed out at that underground party over the weekend, then everybody released. As for that swingers website, it is advertising more swinger parties this weekend in LA County, advertising that couples are welcomed, meaning the LA County Sheriff's Department might be an unwelcome guest again, shutting it all down. For now, we're in West LA. Ed Lascaux, back to both of you.